Tucker Carlson is going viral at the moment over on X with a lot of people calling him out and saying that, guess what? Qatar is not our greatest ally, which Tucker Carlson seemed to think that Qatar, a Muslim-backed country, and they actually funnel and protect the likes of T-word organizations and T-word individuals in the past. And Trump has come out and said that Qatar is not our friend or our ally. Why in the world is Tucker Carlson all of a sudden befriending or going and saying on major platforms like Megyn Kelly's platform that Qatar is America's greatest ally? It makes absolutely no sense. And the other thing that I find really interesting about all this is Tucker Carlson recently on Piers Morgan. I don't know if you guys remember that, but he said that he doesn't even know what the word ally means. And yet he's now saying that Qatar, of all places, happens to be America's closest ally or greatest ally. Tucker's words, not mine. And Megyn Kelly, I'm actually really disappointed in Megyn Kelly because she did not give an ounce of pushback. And more than that, Tucker decided to attack the likes of Ben Shapiro because Ben has been calling out Tucker Carlson and his lunacy. Of late, I have seen a number of things that Tucker has said that I disagree with. One of the things that I do agree with him on is obviously his stance with what's happening with Australia, because he's actually accurate about that, because I've been seeing a lot of the stuff myself and my eyes are open and loads of other people's eyes are open to what's taking place in Australia with the whole ridiculous welcome to country ceremony on Anzac Day, you name it. Tucker's pointed it out. And well, now I'm doing my best, okay, with this one in particular, not to get too angry, because it's actually really ridiculous. If you are claiming that a country, a Muslim-backed country, is your greatest ally in the West, you are obviously, you've got an agenda. And I'm not sure what that agenda is, but you can claim all you want that you're not you're not being paid off by Qatar or anything like that. I've never touched Qatar money, never done anything like that. I'm not an asset of Qatar, but yet you are coming in and defending Qatar and saying that they are America's greatest ally. Why? What have they got on you? What is the whole purpose of this? It makes one wonder, doesn't it? And Megyn, again, I will say no pushback whatsoever. Megyn, I understand. I like her. I've really enjoyed her show. Normally, she gives people a lot of pushback. I don't know why she didn't give pushback towards Tucker Carlson. Maybe it's like she's afraid of him or something. Maybe she has this like rose-colored glasses for Tucker Carlson. It's actually really ridiculous if you ask me. When you say something ridiculous like this, which Tucker has definitely said a lot of ridiculous things of late, you push back on it. You say, no, Qatar is not our greatest ally, and here's why. They protect the likes of T-word organizations and T-word people. Trump doesn't see Qatar as his ally at all. He's the president of the freaking United States, man. And yet you, Tucker Carlson, that is close to the Trump, you're saying that now Qatar is America's greatest ally, who has actually funded Iran in some cases. Like, makes one think, what is the ultimate purpose of this, doesn't it? Anyway, have a watch of Tucker's response when he says Qatar is America's greatest ally.
Tool of Iran. I'm a freaking Episcopalian. I am not Shiite as a tool of Qatar, who's like one of our closest allies in the world. The largest American air base in the Middle East is in Qatar. They're a close ally of ours. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, you're taking Qatari money. I've never taken a dollar from any government. I mean, are you joking? And these are people who are acting on behalf of a foreign government telling me that I'm unpatriotic. And I try not to get like crazy angry about it, but it's hard. Because you see these people, you know, Ben Shapiro or these shills like come out and like attack you personally because
he was on the he was bashing you just this week.
But it's what's so infuriating is like I'm 56 in 2 weeks, so I've watched this. I was in Iraq. Like I'm not an expert on anything, and I would never claim expertise. I try not to claim expertise I don't have. But just I have a good memory, and I was there for a lot of this stuff, and I have unresolved rage for the reasons I just explained. No one's apologized, no one's repented, no one's changed. And so to attack me is I'm selling out my country, which is the only thing I care about. I don't have another passport. I have no plans to go anywhere. I could certainly afford to move some other country. I'm not. I live directly across from my parents' grave, and I'm never leaving. So to attack me as a shill for another country, when you yourself are shilling for another country, it's almost too much for my tiny brain to deal with, actually. How much better it would be if someone like Ben Shapiro, who's smart, and I don't think Ben Shapiro is like evil, I'm not attacking him as a person, but how much better would it be if he could just sit and say, okay, here's what I think would happen if we joined an attack on Iran, or stop lying to me and telling me that we're going to defeat the Houthis. The whole point of getting involved in a war with the Houthis is to suck us into a war with Iran. Like, I know that.
So it's interesting to me, isn't it? Like, you claim that you're not a shill for one other country, but yet you're saying that your country, America, that you claim to be very patriotic for, you're not getting money from Qatar or anything like that, but yet you are so patriotic for your country that you're saying that the country that is actually Muslim focused and got lots of money and is actually protecting Iran and protecting the Houthis and you name it. So you're saying that you're so patriotic. Why in the world are you defending Qatar? They're not America's closest or greatest ally. Just because you've got a military base there doesn't make that country your ally. I think America's got bases all over the world, right? In places that you wouldn't necessarily consider them. They had a base in Afghanistan. They weren't America's ally. Just saying. And in fact, when they were overrun by the now government that is in power, I'm blanking on the actual government. What do you think happened? It was the most humiliating withdrawal under Joe Biden that we've seen in a long time. Like, but the thing is, I'm not sure why Tucker's doing this. If he claims to be a patriot of America, which I'm not saying that he's not, it's interesting to me because as Australia, I would never go, hey, guess what? We've got an Australian military base in China or in Taiwan. So that means they're our closest ally. They're our greatest ally. I wouldn't do that at all because I know that China and Taiwan are not our greatest ally at all. I know they've got their own interests. And again, Tucker, one has got to ask, you don't even know what ally even means because you said to Piers Morgan that you don't understand. I've got no idea what the word ally means, but yet now you're going on Megyn Kelly saying that you definitely know what an ally is, and you're saying that Qatar, of all places, is America's closest ally or greatest ally. For goodness sake, mate, what is it? The good thing is the internet is forever, right? And brown Jewish redneck goes, the whole point of us attacking a tribe of gag tag losers paid for by Iran that are attacking US ships, devastating international shipping, and vow to destroy the US, Iran and the Houthis, is to suck us into a war with Iran. Tucker Carlson. So, yeah, right. So you've got all of these attacks going on American ships, and it's really all about like Iran that hates the US. Qatar, I don't necessarily likes the US. I think they're just a place with a lot of money. And you've got these Houthis, you've got all these rebels that are attacking US ships. But really, it's all about America jumping into a war with Iran. That's really what America wants. And Tucker's going, no, we're not going to get into a war. These are all warmongers. Yeah, okay. So guess what, Tucker? I hate to break it to you, but you've got a country called Iran that is Islamic, the Islamic Republic of Iran, that hates America's guts and will do anything to see America fall. And by the way, under Biden, in your country, Biden gave Iran billions of dollars and also lots of prisoners. So yes, Iran is helping and Qatar is also helping Iran. Now, I'm no expert on any of this, but I have been listening to loads of commentators about what's going on. And one thing for certain is I would never say that a Muslim-backed country is my ally. That's one thing I would never say. But Tucker, sure. One has to wonder why. And Shaunity goes, the amount of utter stupidity in that 1.5 minute clip is truly immeasurable. I try calling out some of it, but I'll never finish. Problem is, you're getting angry over people that are calling you out on your own bullshit, but yet you call someone else out, and that's totally fine. And that's what I'm talking about with the woke right. You know, at the moment, it's like you can't hack it being called out by someone, and then you call Ben Shapiro a shill for calling you out for potentially being a shill of Qatar. Because why else would you defend them and say it's America's greatest ally? That seems to me very weird. And Megyn, who actually knows Ben Shapiro, I might add, and loads of people on the Daily Wire, goes, yeah, he was bashing you this week. Yeah. Not pushing back on the statement that he made a moment ago. It's amazing to me. So, yeah, you're America first, Tucker, for sure. And then you make this absurd claim that a Muslim-backed country is America's closest ally. Sure. God forbid that you actually get into a war with Iran and see where you stand with Qatar after that. Anyway, that's enough from me, but you guys take care, be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.